Hey YouTube, welcome back to Broken Big Boy Toys. Today we're working on the Yzf600 thundercat, and today's the big day. We have our new fairings in this box. So I have the whole fairing kit. It came with the heat shield, a new window, all of the plastic bits, even the ones that were broken for the shroud covers, and then we got all the fairings. So I'm gonna pull them out. Then we're gonna make sure that they're not broken. And I'll show you how nice these things are. First one, this is the triangle for the inners. The inner plastic ABS things. I don't know what you want to call them. Mine's painted, but I think this is probably what I'm going to leave on it. So there's the first piece, not broken. These are just all the inners at the top. Here's the rear fender. There's the mud guard, or the rear fender, whichever one you guys want to call it. So, came in a little bit beat up, but I don't care. I mean, it's going to get beat up anyway.
Alright, so we got all the stuff unboxed. They look pretty good. I mean, a little nick here or there. There's a little nick here, which probably polish out anyway, maybe. Or it's got a little spot underneath the sticker. Not a big deal. Someone that's a painter like Greg understands that you know, not everything's perfect when it comes out of a booth. A couple of spots here and there. These are aftermarket pieces. They're not OEM, so you know, they look really good for aftermarket. Paint works pretty nice on it. Looks pretty good. We were trying to figure out what these little holes were over here and here. We don't know if those are on our bike or not. But in general, the pieces look pretty nice. As he said, this one came with all the pieces to go around the gauges and all that, which were broken on his bike, and a new windshield, so that's good. Also came with a Pro Grip pad. That's pretty nice too. Actually, he's got a Pro Grip on it now, so it's nice that he can replace that if he has to paint that tank.
And it also came with its heat shield.
I don't really understand why it needs a heat shield.
Neither do I, but
whatever.
I mean, it's kind of cool that it came with it.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess we're going to start putting the bike back together. And I'm going to let Greg do all the work today. I'm just going to hold the camera. So, sounds like good. Good.
Alright, so here's our Project Thundercat 600. If you're not following the series, we have a Sergeant C cover on it and a Jelkevic carbon fiber exhaust. So today we're going to be changing this, and all the inside, and all the fairings. Now, with that kit and most of the other kits, you can get a tank cover. With my kit, you had to email the guy and tell him that I needed one, but I'm just going to paint my tank over again. And I didn't really want a tank cover on it. So right now I got the mirrors off, the window off. I got these ram tooth covers off. I have the Speedo cover unbolted but not out yet. Because when I take this out, I hit on both sides. It's probably just easier if the fairing comes off. And then I have the sides of the fairing out. And I'm just going to look under here really quick. I don't remember for sure. And I am right. I have to take out the top cover piece, and then this fairing, it just slides forward like a hinge. Alright, so you don't have to undo that one tray thing that I was talking about. You just have to slide it forward. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to get the layout. Alright, so I got the first piece off, the front fairing. Now all you have to do is take this vent piece out if you wanted it, which I do. And then you gotta take your headlight out and swap it over to the new one. Alright, so right now I'm taking off the inner fairings and right now the whole side of the bike is undone. So now I'm just trying to figure out how all these come out.
Okay, so while we were there, we did the new speedometer cable because it was broken down at the end. I don't even know if it was broken. It probably still worked. No, actually it's not. There's no cable in there, so obviously it was totally broken. So I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at it. It's totally broken. So as you can see here, it was just mashed up. I don't know if that was from the accident or not, but that speedometer cable was broken. So we put a new speedometer cable in it. So who knows how many miles are on the bike, because that speedometer cable wasn't working. But the right side of the, I'm sorry, the left side of the bike is apart. Now we got to switch over all the clips and all that stuff so that we can put it back on, and then we'll do this side. Okay, we're swapping over all of the old parts from the old fairing. Now you have to take these foam things off and re-glue them. The new fairings don't come with them, so I'm just taking a razor blade and I'm lightly cutting the glue from behind gently so that I can get these off. So it's going to be a little time consuming, but I think you really want to have that on. It'll make the bike better, you know, not rattle as much or any of that stuff. The factory put it on for a reason, so let's put it back on.
So right now, the left side fairing's done with all the heat shield and everything else. Everything's swapped over, and right now my dad's swapping over all the tabs. And he did you glue on the foam yet? So he hasn't glued on the foam yet. And then we bought some heat shield from Advanced Auto, and we're gonna put that on. And then I swapped over the tabs on the rad shields and the speedometer cover, and then I put in the headlight in the front fairing and the window on the front fairing.
Okay, so I've gotten basically the panels ready to go. All the stuff and all the foam back on it. All the pieces. Now they gave us some reflective there. I had to go to AutoZone or one of those car places to get the other one, but they're all back, done. So I should be able to get that back on soon. I'm not really sure what some of these holes are for. Like there's holes here. I don't know if those are for the blinkers or what they are, aftermarket blinkers.
But I think those might be for maybe flush mounts.
I don't know. So we don't have blinkers for the bike right now, so it doesn't matter. We missing something here?
Yeah, my old fairing didn't have it, so I was gonna look for a tab.
Okay. So for right now, it looks pretty good. He's got the windshield. He's just sitting in there. He's got the headlight sitting in there.
Well, the headlight's ready to go. It's just the windshield I have to sit in.
Just the windshield sitting in there. So after dinner, we'll probably start putting it together.
Okay, so last night it got way too dark out here to film or to really see anything, so it's the next morning, and today we're going to put the bike all back together. So what I just did right now is I pulled obviously the bike out, and then I polished up the frame where I couldn't get it before, so I made it look basically the same. I cleaned up the motor a little bit. I detail sprayed these rad covers, same on the other side. So now I'm going to go get this bottom fairing over here, because this is what you got to do first. I'm going to bolt that one on, and then we'll be doing these two things last. So yeah, let's get started. I got the right side of the bike on. Looks really nice, easy to bolt up. Now I'm just going to do the other side, and then I'll come back on. Alright, so right now I'm running into a little bit of problems on the left side of the bike with lining the panel up. Just the one mount for one of the screws is just a little bit too far in. It's just making like a really tight fit. I just don't want it to be that tight. So right now I'm loosening it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna go from there. Done now?
Okay, so this is the bracket we were having a little bit of trouble with. It was just up a little too high, so we just tapped it down and lined everything up. He's now just touching the back there where the two pieces meet together. We got to figure out how over here kind of just goes in a little better. We might have to take this piece off. You can see the plastic pieces are there. It just doesn't seem like it's seated in, so we might have to kind of just play with that a little bit. They don't fit bad. They don't not match too bad. They look pretty good. So far I'm pretty happy with it. Right over here looks pretty good. So onward, upward. So now we got the top fairing. I'm trying to make it fit. Not everything goes in exactly the way it is. It's like a struggle to get them to fit right. I think we got it where it's kind of lined up now. Tighten that back one up too. I'm going to try to start to snug it in. Watch this piece right here. Make sure it's going in right. Okay. I want to get all the bolts tightened in a little bit. I just don't like the way this front piece fits. Maybe it'll melt in a little bit. The heat.
Alright, so right now I'm cleaning up because I want to get some lunch, and got the whole front of the bike together, windshield in, mirrors are on, gauge cluster's in, bike looks really nice, our headlight is attached, so everything's set in the front. I just need to put in my ram tube covers and then start on the back of the bike.
Okay, so we're now trying to put up those pieces that go up and around, which we didn't have on the bike before, so for us to try to get everything to line up. Looks like he's having a little bit of problems lining it up again. Is it going in?
Yeah, I think so. I just gotta cut through the new plastic to get into the new fairing.
Is that going to the fairing piece?
Yeah, there's a little round tab.
Is it lined in or no?
Mm-hmm.
No, don't feel like you're getting any pressure on that bolt.
It's in. It's going.
Is it tightening? Just make sure you don't come through the other side or anything. That doesn't seem like it's tightening. Did it tighten or no?
No, it didn't tighten, but it's in there.
Well, that means it's not in the hole. Okay, with these Japanese parts, not all the molding stuff is correct. I mean, it's as good as any aftermarket piece would be. Don't go too hard with that. All right, stop. Back that out a hair. That's good. So
That's the whole dashboard done, the whole front. Now we're gonna start on the rear of the bike.
I mean, they fit decent. I mean, they're not perfect, but you know, fits a lot nicer. You know, it could have been some of this, just grabbing it funny.
Yeah.
You know, the windshield or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's coming together. Now you want to start on the back.
Yep.
So really, the back covers they're scratched. They're not broken or anything. They're just scratched. We have new ones, so might as well change them. All right, so we started to pull the back of the bike apart. This doesn't seem like it's that hard. Took off the back piece, center piece. Then I think there's just pop pins and one bolt, I think. I wasn't out here when he did it, so I think that's what it is though. It could be pop pins, I don't know. No, one bolt and then pop pins. And he's changing over the adapters for the bolts. So he's got the back panels on. Now he's going to change that. Obviously, we just haven't found one yet. I want to change them to both. And everything fits pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. What Greg's going to do is detail spray it real quick and just throw some wax on it. Just so. You know what, Greg? Just do the back here first. Then we'll tuck the bike in. You could do the front. Alright, so the bike is waxed, done. I'm waiting for a couple little parts like the blinkers to come. And should be done with it at that point. So, as usual,
there's a big thumbs up, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching the video.